Hello and welcome. My name is Gail Moffat and I am looking forward to a wonderful show, particularly with our two callers that will be calling in for readings. That's always exciting, isn't it, to have a reading? But in my little talk before we go there, I always like to have a little sort of spiritual moment. And today I'd like to talk about, well, I would like to actually talk about the meaning of spirituality. And for some of us, we think that spirituality is how we behave and what we do, and if we're good and et cetera, et cetera. But I see spirituality is more than that. Because if you think about it, we are all spirit, and you are spirit, I am spirit, and our spirit is just housed in this body for us to be able to live this life on the earth plane. And being able to live this life on the earth plane is quite extraordinary, isn't it? And one of the things that I always think about is that the spirit world is actually our home. And this is a temporary life, a temporary situation. One of the things that I've learned through being a medium is that we do live several lives, that reincarnation is absolutely true. And this life that you are in today will have been prepared because by when you were in spirit, for you, to give you the best opportunities of growth and becoming who you are, who you truly need to be, in other words. And I actually think that one of the things that we perhaps don't consider enough, and I have been fortunate enough in the last, let me see, 3 years, I've had communication from God. And can you imagine, God coming to speak to you? And I nearly fell off my chair when he did it. I was like, and I couldn't continue. It was just like so overwhelming. And I thought to myself, I can't believe that was him. Surely not. And I was all sort of a bit flabbergasted. But he persevered with me. And I suppose he thinks, can you imagine? He probably thinks, it's only to be expected from people on the earth plane. If God says, hello, I'm God, can you imagine how you'd feel if that happened to you? But anyway, it did happen to me. And the last 3 years has been about, doing videos with his words, of which I have a YouTube channel. And it'd be lovely for you to sort of, go along and see some of the communication that I've had. But also in that communication, he's spoken very much about, some of the work that he wants me to do and in the world, which I'm always pleased to do. But I actually think that spirituality, going back to my original statement, spirituality is, a big part of spirituality is embracing God in your life. And what I've discovered through my communication is that he really does exist. He really is true. And he's in your life looking after you as he is with me and everyone else. So that's just sort of, an incredible insight that I've been able to have and share with you, that God is real. Anyway, let's go and do go to our callers and do a reading. I believe we have La Barbara in Holly Spring, Mississippi. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. How are you?
I'm very well. And how are you?
I'm doing well as well.
Good, good. So I can either connect to loved ones in spirit, or I can focus on an aspect in your life and give you guidance. How would you like me to work?
I would like to connect the loved ones in spirit.
Okay. And is there somebody in particular that you'd like me to? I've got somebody here. It's a lady, but is there somebody particular that you'd like me to connect with?
I anybody you can connect with is okay with me.
Okay. Um, right. So this lady, I feel she feels like she's a grandmother, and I also want to say that I feel that she's probably more on your. I'm not sure whether she's your mother or your grandmother. Is your mother in spirit?
Mhm.
I'm more drawn to the fact that it's your mother, because as I was about to say on your mother's side, I just felt, no, this is your mother. I feel like I have your mother
Okay.
here. And um, I feel when I'm looking at her, I feel like she had a sort of like a splash of grey hair in the middle, but mainly didn't go grey so much. Would that make sense to you?
Mhm. It's more like my mom.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and she's very eager to be able to speak to you, because she's saying to me that you've been a bit up and down emotionally, and I feel, and she's also saying to me that you've been a little bit feeling in despair with your life, and feeling like you're wondering whether it has a purpose, or whether there's any reason to your life. And she's saying that's how you're sort of feeling at the moment. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Um, and she's telling me that she's been privy to to looking at your life and your sole purpose. And I just feel that she wants to sort of reveal some things to you. Um, and she's taking me back right to when you were a small child. And she's she's telling me that um, you had I feel like you had a health issue when you were a small child. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And it meant, as a consequence, that you um, had to have a lot of, attention given to you from a health point of view, and it took you away from perhaps aspects of normal life. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, she's saying to me that this was a really difficult time for all of us. And I feel there was a time where she was particularly worried about your health. But I feel that you grew out of a lot of your problems, and you very much are able to cope today in your life in a normal way. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel with you that this was this was an important part of your growth, that you came to learn about this, because I do feel that there is something within your soul, your spirit, that is about it is about learning to understand what it feels like to not have the perfect health in your life. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And and she's saying to me that as you go through your life, I feel that you're going to meet people that have had similar circumstances to you, that need, that have had sort of childhood health issues, or health issues today. And I feel that your life is very much centered around health issues. And your mother is saying to me that she wanted you to understand that about yourself, because she does know that you've been asking for sort of, I suppose, confirmation of your path and what's it all about for you. But I am being told
Yes,
that when you go back to spirit, I feel as a result of um, this, a big part of your life is about health. Is going to be it's going to be very positive for you, because I feel that it's almost like you wanted this. You wanted to understand health better, and I just feel that when you go back to spirit, that you will be using your newly acquired knowledge in a way that will um, benefit mankind in more ways than one. But I also feel that you're a healer as well. And I feel that throughout your lives, there's been a real interest in healing and medicine as well. And so it doesn't surprise me that health issues is a theme in this life. Um, but your mum is saying to me that she's saying that in a way you're like a chip off the old block. You're very similar to her, and it's like you have the same sort of outlook and the same sort of sense of humor and the same ways of thinking. Would that make sense to you?
yes, ma'am, it does.
And she says that she's really pleased to be able to come forward today, because she's saying to me that it's almost like it's been I feel that she's tried to come forward before, but it's been a bit of a struggle. Would you understand that? Like you
Yes,
haven't
ma'am.
had a proper connection with her. Um, and so she's really pleased that she's been able to do this today, and be able to connect to you, because I feel like because of the health issues, she did put in I feel like she would spend a lot of time supporting you and helping you, and I feel like she did that throughout your life. She was a real support and sort of guide to you in this life, and I feel that it's left a real empty hole in your life because of the level of support and help that she gave to you. And I know that as a result, it's been a real challenge to you, um, to um, in your life, because you haven't got that support in the same way that your mother would always give to you.
Right. Well, can you let her know that I love her and miss her so much,
Well,
and tell her thank you?
she's hearing what you say, because she's here, um, and she's just saying to me, "Tell her I love her too." Um, and also, she keeps on drawing my attention to some jewelry, and I feel like I'm being drawn to a necklace, um, that is linked to her in some way, or she's showing an interest in it. I'm not quite sure which way. Does that make sense, to a necklace that you have?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one done with her picture. I was just thinking it today.
There you go. Yeah, she's yeah, she's talking about a necklace, and she's also saying to me that you have been wanting to have some sort. I feel like you want to have some sort of memorial or something to do where you can go to think about your mum, and I feel like that's been in your mind as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today too. Since
Yeah,
her birthday is on the 29th.
right. And I also feel that you've been thinking about whether you could plant something or do something like that, because I just know that there is a real need to have a place for your that you can go to where you feel like you're connected to your mum. And she thinks that's a great idea. She approves of that highly.
Okay.
She's a lovely lady, your mum, isn't she?
Mhm.
Very, very
She
generous
got a
of
beautiful
heart.
heart.
Yeah, very generous of heart, very giving and very supportive. Must have been a big loss
Mhm.
to you.
Yeah, it was.
Very.
Is she
My
saying
name's Gail
anything else?
Moffat, and well, I've got another caller waiting, and sadly, the time is never long enough, is it? It's about 10 minutes
No.
I have, um, but she's just waving at me, and I know that's for you, and she just keeps on saying how much she loves you, and
Okay,
there's
I
something
love
about
her
your
too, and
dad
thank
as
you so
well.
much.
There's something about your dad as well. Uh,
Okay. He's in spirit as well.
Yeah, she's saying she's met up with your dad, and
Um.
I get the feeling, did they not get on so well, or is there a problem between the two of them?
Mhm.
Yeah, because she's just talking about she's met up with him and spoken about the life that they had in this life, but she says that she's still not forgiven him. So,
Yeah, I know. He was mean to her.
yeah. She says that she doesn't want to be involved with him in anymore. She feels that he's not a good person.
Right.
But thank you very much
So thank
for
you.
calling in, and it's
Thank
nice to speak to
thank you
you.
too.
And I wish you well in your life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. So the next caller we have is Gina in Cape May, New Jersey. Are you there, Gina?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hello, Gina. So my name is Gail Moffat, and I can either connect to loved ones in spirit, or I can focus on an area in your life and give you guidance. Is there somewhere that you would like me to work?
Um, Either guidance in my health, happiness, and relationship with my kids, or if you are getting someone coming through from past.
Okay, so sort of fairly general then. Um, okay. I do feel with you that your when I look at your life, I feel that it hasn't sort of gone the way that you would have liked it to have gone, and I feel like it sort of took a sort of it's like you're traveling on a path and then it took a sidestep to the side, and I just feel that you found yourself in your circumstances in your life, and and I feel like if you're entirely honest, it wouldn't have been where you would have wanted to place yourself. Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
And I feel also that there is a little bit of frustration within you about that, because it's
yes,
almost as though there's more to you. There's more. You're quite a capable person. There's more that you could have achieved or done in your life, and you're. And I feel like this has been a little bit of a source of frustration. However, I do feel that you are um, looking at your circumstances and having some level of acceptance, but there is still a little bit of frustration within you. But I just feel that what lights you up is your children, because I feel like there is a real light around your children, and but I'm not so sure about one of them. But anyway, I do feel like there's a positivity around your children where your heart is like full of love. Um, and I feel like they sort of almost like compensate for for you stepping aside of your path that you would have liked to have gone on. It's like they make up for it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
But I do feel that, and I keep on getting. I know you're from New Jersey. Is there any links with you to Florida?
I love it, the Florida. We have family vacation trips to Disney.
Right. Okay. And is that something that you've had or is coming up?
We started with my children and grandchildren, yes.
Yeah, because I just feel like there's a real draw to Florida with you. Um, and I also feel with you that I feel that you've been thinking about, almost like you're, because there's this frustration with where you're at in your life. I feel like you've been contemplating making some changes and sort of changing your direction as it is at the moment. And I feel like you really would like to, I don't know, have either a different career or do something different in your life. And I feel like you in your mind feel that it's like it's never too late. But I don't know whether it's career or studying or something like that. But I just feel that you're thinking about making some shifts and some changes in your life that will, almost give you a focus and a purpose for yourself. Because I feel like you've given to your children and given to everyone else, but I feel like you haven't properly given to yourself. And I just get this feeling with you that the next stage of your life is about preparing and giving to yourself and finding things in your life that make you thrive in the way that you would like to. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel that also I am drawn to some study, but I don't know in what capacity it's going to be. But I am drawn to sort of exploring ideas and knowledge about something. Um,
Absolutely.
and I just feel that, yeah, I just because I also feel with you that it's like it's like you've got an intelligent mind. Um, and you're quite somebody that would be, easy to you have you've got you're a thinker. You've got a very capable mind, and I just feel with you that, it would really satisfy you to sort of really expand your mind in a direction that would sort of help you, because I feel that you need that to to do something for yourself as opposed to always doing it for others. And I feel also you're at a time in your life where that is going to be easy to do, where it's easy to think about things from a point of view, of being selfish, I suppose, just thinking about you. And I just feel that this is the new direction for you, the new way of doing things. It's going to be about you. And I also feel that either you have acquired some friends or have some friends or are about to get some friends that are going to support and encourage you in this direction. Almost like, I can almost hear somebody say, yeah, I've been thinking about doing that too. Yeah, I want to do something like that. Or supporting you or something of that nature. Because I do feel that this next stage is about your life and not everybody else's. How does that sound?
Yes.
And I just feel that I also feel that it wasn't just that you gave yourself to the children, but I feel that someone else held you back. And I don't know, I feel like this is a relationship that sort of held you back, or the set of circumstances held you back. Because I just feel that there that it has been a really challenging life for you. But I feel like you are at the beginning, on the precipice of a new life, a life for you, and a life that's going to be really rewarding and fruitful. And I just feel really excited for you, because I just feel that for a long time you haven't had the possibility of really thriving, and this is going to be taking place for you, a real different life for you. I feel very excited for you. And I can almost see your children even not recognizing you, because I think you're going to go through a transformation in many ways. Like, I feel like you might even change your hair, change the way you dress, or, there's going to be many, many changes with you, because it's about finding you. And so thank you for calling in. I hope that helps you.
Yes, thank you so very much.